name is Justin Lange. I'm sure most of you are already familiar with me and my personal interests, but in case you weren't, I'm an avid fan of collecting video games and anime figures. I'm sure that sounds like an awkward hobby to you, like what's the interest in a bunch of antique video games and cartoon dolls? Well, hopefully through this speech I can explain to you why I find this to be such a challenging and rewarding pastime. My interest with collecting began in 2018, when I went to an anime convention at the behest of some friends from university. Despite going for 3 days, I only ended up buying 2 figures, but it might shock you to learn that I still spent approximately $500 total. Now, if anyone were to spend $500 on anything, I'm sure they would hope that it'd be the only thing they need in their life. But it might shock you even further to learn that I actually own over 50 figures and several dozens of video games. So why would I still find such an interest in something so expensive? Well, collecting has actually been around for several years, but it became more prominent in 2020 as a result of COVID. Because of quarantine, most people were restricted to buying online. Even still, video games are even more expensive than they were before, and figures even more so, as they usually need to be shipped internationally, which has their own cost to it. So why would people still engage in such an extravagance? Well, one reason might be personal interest. A lot of people actually care about the associated franchises and hope to see them continue in some way, either through remakes, remasters, or sequels, or some sort of adaptation, like through books or movies. They hope that through buying these products, they'll be able to show their support for these companies and studios. Another reason might be interest in the craft or the sculptor. A lot of sculptors have fans, even internationally, and they want to support them in any way they can. Another reason might be the difficulty in obtaining these products. Sometimes figures are very hard to obtain. As I mentioned before, they need to be obtained internationally. This can be very hard to do, and most people have to resort to proxy sites like HobbyLink Japan. However, there are some scam sites like AliExpress who support counterfeiters and their fabricated versions of products. I myself have actually bought a fabricated figure in the past for $40. Normally it would have cost around $200 to $240, but it obviously showed up already broken and in a massive state of disrepair. Counterfeiters continue to benefit off of these collectors by selling their products at an incredibly low price in order to turn a profit. But this only encourages me even further to engage in this hobby, as it feels even more rewarding when I find an authentic product at a cheap price that I can admire and preserve for all of time. One final reason is simply because of preservation. A lot of times companies aren't very good with their IPs, and fans feel like if they can preserve the originals, then they're doing a better job than the parent company who wants nothing to do with it. I hope through sharing with you today my hobby, you have a better understanding and appreciation for collecting as a whole.